Hello, everyone. If you found us, you have found things that have happened. We're going to go over things that have happened. Couple things that have happened are things like My Hero dropping a trailer, Star Wars dropping a shit, and the Joker dropping laughs. Pretty cool. We're going to talk about all that stuff here and now. Right, Jeff?
Yeah.
Right, Shanoy?
Absolutely.
And I'm Rob. Great introduction. Here we go! My Hero's coming back!
Yes,
Yay!
it is. Stop. No.
Oh, it's not.
No.
Okay, well, anyway.
It's good, though. It is good, though. It definitely is good.
So, My Hero Season 4 trailer, another one kind of dropped in English. Wink. Nope. In Japanese.
What?
And I know everyone's excited to talk about it, but some of our fans have been kind of waiting for you guys to start doing something. So, we're doing something right now. So, ease up. The trailer was kind of just like a teaser. You know, I'm a little lost in it because I don't want to say I don't remember what happened in season 3. It just everything that was happening in the trailer just kind of threw me for a loop. I'm just like, yeah, she's gonna kill everyone in the world, and that person, I recognize that person.
Bro, so much stuff happened in that trailer, bro. You serious? Like, so much goodness.
All I know is Green Naruto and Weird Astro Boy are gonna be friends now.
Well, yeah, because he's like, the next All Might. I mean, that's obvious. And his name is what was it? Mirio? That's his name. Mirio. I called him Milo earlier, but whatever. Mirio. I mean, the actual trailer, it's packed with a lot of stuff, bro. We have a second Legion for the villains. We have a new main female character who is being used against her will, with her powers that are apparently.
Do we know who's using her against her will?
Yeah, it's
the bird guy and his squad, right?
Yeah, it's he's. Do you remember in season 3 the threat that came to Shikimaru, the guy that had that cool beak thing with the black hood on?
Yes,
he came in. He came in there with the blood girl.
Okay, yeah, she was like sucking on. Wait,
and
what?
I guess we had originally thought that they were trying to work with
him,
with Handman,
Shikamaru, whatever his name is.
Yeah. So we thought they were part of the League of Villains, but apparently they're their own.
Well, now they are at least. Yeah.
Here's where I'm at. I remember All Might beating piss out of the other guy and pointing and saying, "Now it's your turn."
All for one.
Yeah. But then they said, Deku, you're gonna go to start your internship.
Okay.
Right, so that's where this one's going to go from. So it ended with Mirio putting hands and feet on everyone.
Yes, I remember he's like...
Yeah, and he's like, hello, Deku, right? And then after that, Deku's like, I need to know that guy. And then the actual season, I believe, ended with Mirio going to go talk to his master about Deku because he thought Deku would be a great asset to his team.
Okay.
Which is why now in that trailer, it's so centered around Deku and Mirio getting in some sort of a bromance.
So is Kacchan falling off now because of him?
I highly doubt that.
What do you mean falling off?
So you remember it was like Deku and Kacchan. It was they're like kind of bros but not bros.
Yeah.
Towards the end.
They're rivals though.
Yeah. So having Mirio now with Deku, is that kind of the new shipped?
Well, no, Mirio's the new power ceiling because you had All Might as the power ceiling, but now All Might's shot.
Right.
Like he's deflated.
And Mirio was literally
Mirio is God tier. Like, he's stronger than All Might.
You don't remember how they said that he would have been the number one hero if he was like old enough, I guess. Mirio is now the next All Might because Endeavor got number 1 by default, but Mirio is like the next child prodigy. He's like the next big thing.
So Mirio can wash Inferno mid.
Most likely, yes. I mean, well that's what was kind of insinuated. Yes, is that Mirio is literally the only threat to Endeavor.
So
for being the number one hero.
So then in this trailer, what we saw, I saw him flying around and punching things, and
yes.
I think it was Midoriya talking the whole time, kind of saying like,
yes, speaking how they're going to save people, how he's doing his internship. Yes.
Okay. And there was some big yellow guy. Is that a new villain?
You talking about the guy that has on the hoodie?
I think he's wearing a hoodie. It's like
from the trailer main video. He wasn't in there for long.
From the thumbnail.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I didn't see him in there for long. He was kind of a pop-up. I mean, because a lot of characters, they just popped up, bro. There wasn't much to it because it did still seem that it was geared towards the internship and more character development on the evil side because they haven't had any. The only evil guy that had it was One for All. I mean, sorry, it was All for One and Shikamaru. Other than that, no one else ever had any character building at all in the evil side.
We still don't know what Blood Girl's doing with everybody's blood yet, do we?
She transforms into them. Remember? She can transform
shape-shift.
into people. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Remember when they were in the tournament?
But I don't think
Series
she
3?
needs the blood for that, because wasn't she like specifically trying to get the blood for another reason?
No, she wanted to. In season 3, she turned into one of the heroes from the other schools to get into the tournament between all the schools to get closer to Deku. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
And they kept saying, but she just kept like disappearing in plain sight. So she's getting the blood, as far as I remember. At least you might be right, but I think she's just getting it just to get inside and get intel. Maybe that could be why. You know what I'm saying?
But what is? Yeah,
I thought there was a greater purpose behind the blood.
Yeah, I don't know.
might have
I
been.
really
I
don't know where the
don't
blood.
remember.
Now that I think about it, her quirk is just changing to people.
No,
right?
she has 2. She has that, and she can actually disappear in plain sight. That's also part of her quirk too. So when everyone was saying that she was just disappearing as the person who she was, that was about another part of her quirk, is that she could make herself so silent and so unnoticed that you think she's just gone. So that is also part of her quirk too. How much a part of her quirk, or is that something she learned?
I thought that was just like a skill, but
It might be. I
kind
don't
of
know.
like hiding your key.
Based off what the trailer, I didn't see him at all, and there was no one talking about it.
Right.
And also, I don't understand Japanese. But
There were subtitles.
in the one I watched, there was a.
Oh,
I told you about the subtitle.
It was too far down in YouTube.
It was like 4 videos. Whatever. Who cares?
So, do you think All for One at all is making a comeback? And in any way, shape, and form?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. He's
Yes.
still alive,
I know he's still alive.
but he
So-
still has all his powers. All Might
So,
doesn't.
I don't know if All for One is gonna fight anybody anymore, but he's probably gonna at least pass his powers down. It's like somebody's
hasn't already.
gonna start rising up as All for One again.
Well, see, now that's why I think.
I don't think in this season though. This season I think is gonna do something a little bit different.
But that's why I like this season. That like the actual thought that I got from this season is, for that reason, is why they have now 2 factions of evil, right? Because I think that the underlining thing that is also happening is that second faction of evil guys are still there for Stain. Remember that they started because of Stain. They showed up to like, hey, bro, Stain is dope.
Yeah,
He's
they
with
respect
you
him.
guys. We want to be with Stain. And when Stain's not there, they're like, hey, we're going to do our own thing, because you see Shikamaru, which is the hand guy. You see him fighting Mirio. I don't know if you caught that, but at the end, he's throwing a punch, and a white hand with a glove on comes up, and he puts his hand through him. And then you also see Shikamaru and the weird beat guy interacting before they named what that second faction is. So I think that they're going to have an internal, not war, but an internal affair between with themselves to see who's going to be the top villains for them to then fight.
But my fear is that we're gonna lose so much of All Might that he's not. He doesn't even seem to be present in the show. Like in the trailers, I don't even remember seeing him. I remember seeing the flashback of him pointing, but I'm just afraid that we're losing All Might.
Because he's so sick that he's just like kind of not in the picture.
I feel like we're gonna have him as the mentor role, like Deku's hitting him up for advice here and there. Like he's gonna be kind of running the show from the background as far as Deku's development.
I think that he's still going to be the top of the food chain in most people's minds, because even though he's not the ceiling anymore, everyone's still striving to be like him. Even Mirio. Mirio admires All Might just as much as Deku does, just as much as Bakugo does, right? So I think that I think that All Might is still going to be very much so present, but he's not going to be present in the action-packed way that we want him to be.
I know they touched this in the show, and I do not remember. I'm gonna say Milo again. What's his name? Mirio. Why didn't All Might give him the power? Why did he? I know he chose Deku for
They did
reasons,
explain that.
and
He
I
wanted
do
a
not
quirkless
remember.
person.
No, he didn't want a quirkless person. He wanted a successor to pass it down
Right.
to. I just do not remember why he didn't choose him.
I don't
I
know.
don't remember either. It could. I don't know.
I think it was more to do with like the actual like character of the person. Like he
I mean,
said, like I could have gave it to Mirio, but I just don't remember.
Yeah, I remember him saying I could have given it to Mirio, and he's like, maybe that would have been a really good idea because he seems that he has a good character as well. too. He
Mirio
seems
is
like
amazing.
He's just.
Yeah, Mirio is actually pretty dope.
I do have a question about Mirio.
Yes.
And you know I'm gonna do
It's
something
gonna be
like
a
this.
stupid ass.
It's not that dumb. Okay, so
stupid-ass.
Mirio, he can phase through objects and go like invisible, and like light passes through him, but he's blind.
Yes.
How come the blind chick's not blind then? I'm sorry, the invisible chick. Why isn't she blind if light passes through her too?
Well, think of it like the dude from The Boys. If anybody haven't watched that show, fantastic show. Watch that
Amazing show.
show. The guy wasn't invisible. He was just like reflective.
It was his skin. It was his skin that was just able to kind of mirror what was around him.
So they're
Mirio literally disappears.
Yeah, but so does other girl, right? So
No,
so
because
she's
she
not,
wears clothes. Remember that? She has gloves. She has on
Yeah.
clothes.
Like she's physical.
Yeah. So she's physically there. Mirio clearly said, "Whenever I go invisible, I lose my pants." He says it all the time.
doesn't he
Remember,
like
he's ass
phase
naked.
through things?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
he phases out of existence.
Yeah, he's literally ass naked.
But he's
Remember when he
blind.
shows up and his ass cheeks was out?
Blind.
That
he
was
can't breathe. He can't smell.
Yeah, he can't do
talk,
anything.
Like
And that was what was so amazing about him is the fact that he can lose all 6 senses and still know and remember where everything is and how he's gonna come back out.
I think
That's what made
invisible
Mirio
girl.
so
I
amazing.
think she should be blind also.
But that doesn't make any sense.
makes total sense.
No, it doesn't.
That's
because
how eyes
she's-
work.
She's physically there though.
So that's-
She is a physical person.
that's the thing with invisibility. Like invisibility doesn't work because you wouldn't be able to see if you were invisible.
Right, because the light's not passing through your cornea.
Yeah.
It's like hello.
I don't know how her invisibility works.
So the trailer itself, are you watching the trailer? Are you more stoked for the new season, or could you have done without the trailer and just bring it on? Do you
No.
not care?
Honestly, I was like kind of because I just wasn't really thinking about my hero as far as like the new season or whatever. But when I saw the trailer and I heard the J-pop and all that kind of stuff,
Brought you
and
back
like
to life.
Deku like talking all hype and everything,
His voice had got deeper too.
Yeah.
If you paid, remember that every time you hear like a new season or something, or like the end of the episode, you always hear his voice. It gets deeper and deeper as like he's getting older.
Yeah, he
a lot of people
ages.
don't ever pay attention to that, but he
Well,
does.
I'm a filthy degenerate, and I watch it in English. So
It's also generally
Oh,
deeper.
so it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen in English.
it might. That's not something I guess I picked up on.
Because if you watch the first and 2 seasons, whenever they do the next time, it's always a future Deku who's already older telling you what happened next.
Yeah, because he's saying this is how it became.
Exactly. Yeah. So his voice is ever so slightly deeper, but in this trailer, it's much deeper. It has a much more non-shaky confidence feel to it. It's pretty cool.
Well, here's another thing that happened.
Another thing that has happened.
Another thing that has happened.
Oh, that's
Sorry.
too much. We're gonna get hit by copyright.
Yeah, probably. Sorry.
So, Star Wars: Rise of the Skywalker is coming out. I'm about like here on the level of excitement, which is nothing, just because the other ones were just. I don't want to say the ones were terrible. The train is behind us of hate. It's just watching that one. I know it's not redirected. It's going back to the director J.J. Abrams to kind of redo it. The trailer itself, I guess, if we didn't have The Last Jedi, I would have been more excited seeing the trailer. Some cool stuff were in there. Rey's dual red lightsaber was kind of cool. But I think
That was cool. I don't even know who that is. I've never watched a single Star Wars in my entire life. Hate me. Like
I was hoping that wouldn't come out.
Yeah, I ain't, bro. It happens, man. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I did like the
Stormtrooper.
cool. I like the cool little wing wing. Like I thought that was cool.
So
But,
they're
yeah.
playing. There was a character in the prequels known as Darth Maul, and his
I know that
lightsaber
is.
came out on both sides. So
That's
they
the
wanted,
pointy head guy, right?
Yeah. So they wanted. It was Satan. So they wanted to give her something else too.
Yeah.
And I
Homage,
think.
I guess.
Yeah, I think they're. I don't know if they're trying to trick us by saying like, "Oh, look, she's going to be a Sith," kind of like how Luke was tempted to become to the dark side. I don't know if they're trying to retcon it, where they're trying to bring her back and saying she is a Skywalker, because they were trying to retcon a couple of things that the other nematode guy tried to do.
It would be pretty interesting because I mean it would make sense because if you think about like Anakin was just like
I know some of these
Force
words.
God, like I'm OP.
Yeah.
Like I'm OP. I killed all these kids. I turned evil. I'm Darth Vader. Like because she's
Don't
like
kill
Rey was
kids.
just naturally overpowered. Like she didn't train the way Luke did. She didn't do anything.
In the trailer, the new one, you actually see her training, because I think that was a really big thing that people kind of harped on, and you see her like pulling the lightsaber through trees and stuff. So it looks like she's training. And she's training with the blue
And
lightsaber.
She's about to flip over a TIE fighter in the other trailer. So.
Yeah, but didn't she kill somebody in that trailer? In that part of the trailer when she threw the lightsaber? Because she threw it through a tree and then there was a dude there. I'm pretty sure she like cut him in half. So that's not training.
no. That was Frank. He was in the background like cleaning up,
Yeah.
and he didn't know
it was
he
Carlos.
Yeah.
It was Carlos.
It wasn't her fault. It was a live set. And he was just in the background.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Frank.
So I've always kind of wanted Star Wars to go like off the deep end and just have
Like Super Saiyan
crazy
Jedi.
stuff happen, like Star Killer and like the games and things like that. So I would love it if Rey and weird chest, what's his name?
Weird chest. Are you talking about Kylo Ren?
Yeah, Kylo Ren. Well, he had that one like shirtless picture.
Oh, so here, like his shirt's like up.
He
called him weird
He's
chest.
like,
That's pretty good.
"Oh, hey, I'm thinking about you right now." Anyway,
Oh, that guy.
if they got to like DBZ levels of like force fighting, I would be all right.
I think I would too. If this one's okay, I think I'll accept it. I'm not gonna forgive anything else. I'm just gonna watch it just to kind of see. I think it's the end for this trilogy. I know there's gonna be 48 more coming, but
vacant.
for Rey's the girl.
Okay.
For Rey and Kylo Ren's story, I think it's coming to an end. They may have retconned a couple of things. I don't know if Luke Skywalker's back in it. There is a theory and some, not a spoiler, but it's out there saying that Emperor Palpatine, that's the guy that Darth Vader threw into the hole, that he's coming back in some way, shape, or form.
Because you hear his laugh at the end of the last trailer. Not this.
Not that
trailer,
last-
but the trailer before.
I tried.
So I don't
like-
know.
Mike Jack is back?
So I don't know if they're trying to pull things out of retcon territory. Where they're saying like, no, Luke didn't die. He's right there.
Last time I saw Luke, he had no arms and no legs, and he was crawling around in like some like a
No,
volcano. Wasn't that Luke? Who's
That's
that?
his dad.
That's Anakin.
That's
Oh, that was Anakin?
Yeah.
He was all like messed up from
That's why
like.
he became the Darth Vader.
I'm glad you brought that up
more you
because
know.
Luke Skywalker is played by
Dead?
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill, and Mark Hamill is also famously known as the Joker. Amazing segue, thank you. So
I did it.
we have Mark Hamill's Joker, we have Heath Ledger, and now we have another thing that happened. Is we have the newest Joker trailer. We all watched it.
What's his name again?
The Joker?
Yes.
The Joker.
No. The guy was playing the Joker.
The Joker's played by Joaquin Phoenix, and we definitely knew that.
Yes.
The trailer was cool, right? It was cool.
I'm indifferent because I'm still Heath Ledger Joker. So for me, for this movie not being canon whatsoever, I'm a little distraught. What I do like, though, is I like the V for Vendetta feel where he's the embodiment of what's wrong with society, as V was the hero that society needed, you know what I'm saying? But he was like a anti-hero.
Yeah.
That's kind of how this Joker is that he started off as a good dude that had mental issues, and his life and all the shit he went through turned him into this anarch, like, you know, like it turned him into who the Joker became, you know? So I do like that, but I'm just a canon guy. Like, I'd rather it have been a canon movie.
I'm used to the DC universe just being a nightmare because they don't have like that structure like the MCU
That is
does.
true. That is, yeah.
So
yeah, that's true.
if a DC movie comes out, I'm gonna look and be like I haven't watched a DC movie in I don't know how long.
But the actual movie Joker, the one that was coming out, I do like how they're not trying to be canon, though. You know, where they're not trying to say, "Hey, this is just an alternate reality Joker."
I mean, it's more of a drama. Like it's like
Yeah.
the way V for Vendetta did it, where it
Yeah.
was more of like a drama than a comic book movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because V for Vendetta is actually a comic,
Yeah.
but just like you said, it's more of a
A political commentary.
yeah,
drama.
exactly. Yeah, it's like, hey, so this is what happens. Like, you know, how it shows you him with his mother and how his mom is extremely sick and how he was on TV, but then they dogged him, and then he was trying to do his little clown thing and stuff, you know, and people always shut him down from the kid to the guy who when he was flipping the board
Yeah, the
around
sign
and they broke
and they
it.
slapped it
Yeah,
over it.
you know, it's showing you the really, really shitty part of like humanity, and it's putting it all into one person who just embodied it and just became it.
We're not gonna see like the over the top like bank robbery scene.
Well,
like,
that's
from
true.
Dark Knight. We're not
Which
gonna
I like.
see,
I do
the,
like that. I
I'm
like
leaning
that.
out of this moving bus and shooting rocket launchers. Like we're not gonna get
Yeah,
that. We're gonna get the
that's
more
true.
realistic approach. To
That's true. That's true.
the
I
The
Joker.
only
like that.
thing, looking at him, and this is trying to like moving Heath Ledger aside and cartoon Joker, you try your best to move them aside. He doesn't look like the Joker, even when he's in like the Joker garb and
Really?
everything.
I think just his face looks like Joker.
Yeah, his human face.
Yeah.
But it kind of just looks like, look, people are going to be super pissed that Heath Ledger's still dead and that we couldn't recast him. So for this one, Joaquin, you need to look like 65% like him.
Well, here's the
We're not
thing.
past Heath Ledger at this point. I
No.
mean, I feel like Jared Leto did a really good job. And
Jared Leto did do a good job, but Jared Leto's Joker.
was different.
Well, yeah. So the actual background to Jared Leto's Joker, he's actually the 21st century Joker. So that's why he's all blinged out and stuff like that. And that's what a lot of people didn't understand when they watched the movie. Is that
He's the one from The Killing Joke? Like, that's the 21st century one?
kind of, yeah. So he's a part of the reality where Joker is he's a gangster more than he is just a sadistic person.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's a part of a new school comic book Joker series. To me, this Joker is closer related to the Jared Leto Joker, to Jared Leto's Joker.
I'm just afraid that, like, I think like you said, it's the more drama and
Yeah,
real
it's
life.
the more realistic Joker. Yeah.
But Joker is a sadist, so like I still want some of that stuff. Like I want to see him still be kind of normal but weird, but I want to see him get there. And none of the trailers I've seen has shown him as like a sadist. And anyway, Harley Quinn's obviously not around, but also like you said, not being technically canon is you can't really have Joker without a Batman. Like Joker became insane and became what he
that's
is
true.
because of a Batman.
Well, it also kind of depends on if they're using a play on words for the Joker, right? Because if they're using him as a play on words as the Joker is the theme more than the person. You understand what I'm saying? So instead of it being
Everything is the Joker. around him.
exactly, you know
That's
what I mean?
they were going
Where
for with that,
okay.
yeah.
you know what I mean? Where it's more of a embodiment of what the Joker stands for or what happened to the Joker, as opposed to it being a movie about a dude who calls himself the Joker. Because the only time you ever see anyone actually call him the Joker, or he even brings up the word the Joker, is when he's being brought on stage, right? In the trailer.
Yeah, he says it the
Otherwise,
first time.
he's literally just known as some dude who's just going through hell. When I was watching a lot of the reviews, because there's a lot of channels who have been watching the movie already. So the IGN has watched it. I think Rotten Tomatoes watched it. Like a couple places have watched it, and it seems like people have actually forgotten about Heath Ledger. It's, you know what I mean? Like, because no one, in a lot of those, they don't even compare them. They don't. Like how we are, they don't. It seems like people are accepting it, and I think people are accepting it because they're saying, hey, this isn't canon. Because they're saying, hey, this is a depiction of the Joker. This isn't the new Joker. You know, because that's what happened to Jared Leto's Joker. People saw his Joker, and they're like, is this what the new Joker's going to be like?
Well,
they're like, oh, please, no.
Well, the
Not
thing
after
with
Heath Ledger.
Jared Leto's one was like they tricked everyone. He was in it for like 14 seconds, and they're like,
Well, that's true too. Everybody wanted him more, but I think people hated him the most out of every other Joker I've ever seen.
he didn't stand a chance. The Joker that was going to follow Heath Ledger
That's
did not
true
stand
too.
a chance.
I mean,
whoever it was
that
gonna
is
be.
true, but
The cartoon Joker could have walked out of the screens like, ha, 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 ha. They're like, you suck.
I think that this movie is gonna do well for a lot of the reasons why me and you probably think it won't. Is because a lot of the fans will accept this movie because of how they're going about it.
I just think, like, I'm picturing the end. Help me picture the end. I'm picturing the end of this movie.
It's gonna be anarchy.
But no, I think dumb. I think what's going to happen is one of the final scenes we just saw in that last trailer where he's going to be like, "Can you call me Joker?" Better Joker. And you know when he says like, "Call me the Joker" when you introduce me, right? I feel like that's the end right there. They're going to say, "Call me Joker." He's going to get on stage, do something, and it's going to be like,
The end.
yeah, no
You
one
think so?
And then just like it's just you see like him doing his performance. He's like, and then you have like the whole sea of people just like either sad, whatever. And you see some kind of Harley Quinn looking girl like.
That would
then that's
actually
it.
be a really disappointing ending if it ends with him finally becoming a comedian who has escaped the like justice society, like of like if him causing all that chaos in the train and all that other kind of stuff happens, and he somehow gets away and is still able to go on stage, that kind of thing. I think that would be kind of trash. Like I want him to go out with a bang, right? So either in the middle of all this anarchy that he's causing, he goes on the stage and then they catch him while he's on stage or something like that would be dope. Or if it starts with him doing a flashback of him going on stage or, you know, something like that, I think that would be dope.
Now that I found out, like, once I looked at that IGN video, like, well, part of it, like, you were watching it and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
So I heard some of it about, like, that actually makes me want to see the movie. That it's not a DC comic book movie, that it's more of a real life drama type of deal. More exciting to me. I'd probably actually go to the theaters and see this. Not even because it's Joker. Because I honestly don't care. I didn't like Batman that much growing up.
You just think it looks like a good movie.
I didn't like the Batman villains that much growing up. Like, it just wasn't really my thing.
Shout out to Marvel.
Which is why I didn't like the Dark Knight trilogy, except for what Heath Ledger did, because he
I'll just get away into the flame that Jeff's about to incur.
Well, I mean,
he's bursting into flames. What I was thinking, because you kind of said like it's you're like DC, but like it's not. What I'm kind of thinking, and I don't know if I'm hoping or if I'm worried about it, is that if it is more like V for Vendetta, where it kind of seems that like, okay, we could just say Joker, but we don't really have to make it like he's a Joker. Yeah. It kind of seems like if this was named like One Man Show and wasn't about no one's Joker and then there was clowns, it would be the same thing, but it would have less credibility because it's not Joker. Everyone knows people love Joker. And they kind of have like a Joker fetish. But I think this one is going to be completely not about Joker. And if you go in there, I think what you're saying, if you go in there, be like, yeah, Batman, do. It's not. I don't think it's going to deliver what
the trailer makes. It doesn't seem like it's like that. So
right. So that's why I don't. I just think it's just going to. It doesn't even have to be in the DC world. This could have been someone else. It doesn't have to be Joker. This is like Jester.
Screening it 2 months in advance, though, and getting some of the hype out now is genius, though. Because that movie's going to come out and everybody's going to be like, oh, wait, I remember reading about that.
This could be, I don't want to say new IP, but I think it's called IP. This could just be a new movie, like a new IP, like no Joker, no Gotham, no Batman.
Where it's its own standalone origins, kind of like a third-party thing?
Yeah, just call the movie One Man Show, and we're good.
Yeah, see, but here's the problem with that,
with
though.
Clowns.
This is the first time I think that this has actually worked. Because remember, I don't know if you guys ever look this much into it, but I watch a hell of a lot of YouTube. Shout out to you guys. Send us a few dollars. Listen, so...
Wait, did you just plug YouTube on YouTube while we're on YouTube?
Yes, I just did that. I'm good like that, bro. Do you guys know anything about... I can't even bring this up, but do you guys know anything about the Nick Cage Superman?
What?
Okay, so from you guys' face, you don't know anything about Nick Cage Superman. So
Knight Rider was going to be Superman?
Yes, okay. A little small backstory.
It's a Knight Rider or Ghost Rider, by the way.
Ghost Rider, you idiot. Knight Rider is the dude that does the cool car kit.
You're right.
Whatever it is. Okay. So, copyright. So, you know the guy who wrote Clerks?
No.
I forgot what his name was.
Kevin Smith?
Yes, Kevin Smith.
The Jersey guy.
Yes.
Okay.
Kevin Smith was actually supposed to direct the Superman movie with Nick Cage. And he tells a story about,
why has this happened?
It gets weirder.
This sounds hilarious.
So there was supposed to be a big ass tarantula. Don't know why.
Right.
Nick Cage was also not supposed to wear a cape because they didn't want a cape. And there was no flying allowed in the movie.
Cape physics are a pain in the ass.
Yeah, but he's Superman. Also, they reworked his ass. They did all kinds of stuff, right? So in Kevin Smith's interview, they were speaking about them scrapping the movie, which is why most people never heard anything about it. Tim Burton actually took over. So we would have had this crazy ass Mr. Freeze, Tim Burton Superman movie, right? But that also would have been its own movie. It was supposed to be an Origins movie. If Tim Burton's movie got scrapped and this movie didn't, I don't even know if that genre is even going to happen, bro. Because you have to come correctly. Because, again, you have Nick Cage, Kevin Smith, Tim Burton, Warner Brothers, or whoever it was. You had some heavy-hitting ass dudes in that.
Nick Cage, though.
It is Nick Cage.
Like, he's heavy-hitting, but he's Nick Cage.
You have to see the pictures of Nick Cage in the Superman costume. It is the greatest thing. It's like a low-cut shoulder. It's amazing.
Stop that.
I swear. And he has long hair, too. It's great.
I don't know. Anyway, I mean, those are all the stuff that had happened.
Those are the things that have happened, yeah.
If we missed some things that have happened, let us know.
We'll cover them next week, most likely, because
this is a weekly thing now.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like I said, if we missed anything, let us know. Yell at us. Burn Jeff alive for making the comment about, what was it, The Matrix you said?
What?
I don't know.
Matrix? I said The Matrix.
I said the Dark Knight trilogy was bad.
Oh, yeah, so light him on fire. If you want, please follow us on that Instagram, right? You take over from here. Do the outro.
So pretty much, we would love it if you guys would subscribe to our channel. Of course, you're already here watching. You've made it to this end, so you must like us or something like that. And also in our description, there is a Discord that you can join that he is on, I am on, he's also on, and we can all talk. We can have fun, play games, whatever it is you'd like.
I actually haven't got an invite to that Discord yet.
I got you, bro. I'll add you, bro. And also too, we have a Instagram page. It's starting to get a little, I'm trying to grow it a little bit, so I would appreciate it if you guys would give us a few likes, give us some feedback, give me little things, DMs, whatever you'd like. I would love that. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
subscribe.
That's subscribe. All the words are up there right now.
Always subscribe.
Yeah.
Jeff has something he wants to say. I can see on his face.
We're gonna release our dumb videos about other stuff like the VR stuff
Yep.
and I don't know, whatever dumb stuff that we can manage to get together and record.
Dumb VR stuff is always coming.
But-
It's always like our kind of like gasoline.
I don't know if I have a solo video coming out, but I might. I don't know what the hell's happening. I got to talk to my two bosses first.
So definitely look for My Hero coming out in October when it drops.
Yes, we will be watching that.
Look here, it's going to be these two goons. I'm not going to be in it. They won't let me. They could be these two goons.
Because you're a miserable bastard.
Definitely. It's going to be these two goons, and they're going to watch it for the first time and react, which is going to be cool. I know other people are just going to watch it and be like, duh. So get on that. I don't know what's going on with Live PD right now. But just stay tuned. Click the stuff that he said, do what he said, and do what I said. See you next time.